And welcome everyone to the first channeling session with Starseed Lolo of 2026. With me, at least. I'm sure she's done some on her channels. So I'm going to hand it over to her to introduce who's coming tonight, or this afternoon. Just remember, everyone, we don't know who's coming until we start. So keep that in mind.
Hi. So earlier I was told they want to talk about the witch trials. It's a big subject. So this might take more than one channeling. But if you can give me just a moment so I can share my link out, then we'll get started. Let me go to YouTube. So how are you doing so far in the new year, Michael?
I'm doing good. I'm slowly getting back into the rhythm. It's kind of funny when you take a couple weeks from doing shows weekly to getting back in the rhythm and back into the flow. And so I'm excited to see what 2026 brings. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot going on that people are not prepared for in a good way.
That's right.
How are you doing with 2026 so far?
So far, I'm getting adjusted to the new energies. But, that's like every day for me. Like every day is like a new year for me.
That's pretty cool, actually. Although, does that mean every day we have to send you a birthday gift now?
No. All right. So let's do a short sound healing and then we'll get into it.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Let's see who wants to talk about the witch trials. Sorry, I'm going to have a minute here.
I wonder, are they referring to the Salem witch trials or all of the witch trials?
Immediately, the Salem witch trials.
Okay.
And they'll explain. All right. So let's
Well,
do
we
the
welcome
chamber.
whoever wants to come in.
We are raw. Today,
Welcome, Ra.
we'd like to discuss the witch trials.
Please
Would you like to
do.
say something?
We are open to your perspective of what happened.
Everything is happening now, which is why it can be felt and accessed through the ether. It is not just Salem witch trials, which we will get to. It is persecution in general, judgment of others, with a specific point of knocking the divine feminine out of balance. We are all of masculine and feminine energy in creation of all infinite creations. Some of those realities do not have genders. Therefore, it is not only about duality and sexes and genders. However, this version of Gaia experienced a dark age where a lot of the feminine energy was misplaced in an attempt to be out of balance and eradicated. Therefore, in a way, feudalism has not ended unless we end it. Do you have a question, or would you like us to continue?
What can we do to help end the cycle of feudalism?
Be the change you want to see in the world. That is paraphrased, not exactly from Gandhi. Change within, see change without. Change is done within. Raise your frequency. The higher frequency reality is already there, manifested. All it takes is you raising your frequency. There is still much persecution in this Gaia. It was only in 2018 that women could drive vehicles in Saudi Arabia without being tortured in prison. There are still countries in the Middle East that stone people to death. And we are not pointing this out for fear mongering. We are honoring all parts of Gaia as one. These remnants are still, in few and in part, a possibility. However, they are dwindling due to higher and higher frequential energy of the collective and individual starseeds who are making a choice of higher frequential energy. Approximately 2021 to 2022, Lolo here, also known as Laura Starseed Lola, did a meditation by herself. She didn't believe it, so we sent her this information. She heard clairaudiently Sarah and two sisters, more specifically, Sarah and sisters. And in this lifetime, those sisters are her mother and one of her two sisters. She did a Google search after and saw that the name Sarah is a very common Quaker name in the Salem witch trials. However, there was one Sarah and two sisters whom Sarah survived, and then two sisters passed away from hanging. Most of it was not burning, if not at all, in Salem. That was much older Europe, and is a misconception. Also, there was one male who died, or as we say, transferred or crossed over, because your soul is infinite, and these souls are all fine and living in us and you. A number of them transfer to the other side with the mere conditions of the prison. The rest by hangings. We should actually speak in the present tense, as there's only here and now. It blew her mind about the Sarah and the two sisters. She was there. You were there. We're talking to Laura and Michael. Others whom hear this transmission are there. Now, it's about judgment of others, which is all one. We are judging ourselves. Laura is currently recording a song called Villainize, talking about being a witch at the stake. And this activated this whole sequential energy to be reopened. With this song, Villainize, she honors women and men such as Nellie Bly, who went undercover in the late 1800s in a mental asylum to show that women, because of female hysteria, which is a made-up reference, were easily committed. The work of Nellie Bly, as portrayed by Christina Ricci's acting in 10 Days in the Insane Asylum, helped to improve much of the conditions of not being able to easily commit people. At this time, a husband without proof could commit his wife and say she was cheating all the way through even the 1950s or so. This is modern times. Humans have grown past this. With the song Villainize, she also honors current atrocities upon humanity in the Middle East, Asia, Latin America, Africa, in any third world and developing country. Because of your sheer presence as a starseed, you are choosing a higher level dimension at billions of times per second, Planck's nanosecond. Therefore, the old ways are melting away. If you and us can embrace each other with unconditional love, no judgment, you will no longer see it in reality, in a higher frequential state in reality. Anything specific you want to know about the Salem witch trials?
I have a thought that looking back at it and reading everything, how everything unfolded, it seems like there was another force or other beings behind the scenes pulling strings and manipulating scenarios to get certain results. Is that true?
Just observing. They're not allowed to meddle with human affairs, especially after the Anunnaki added their DNA to what the equivalent of a Sasquatch is to make Homo sapiens. Therefore, the Greys and reptilians, which she calls reptoids in her book, were only able to watch.
Have they always been able to only watch, or have they meddled and gotten caught?
Depends on the species. There are Gaia reptilians from and in Gaia. You mean off planet reptilians?
Both off planet and on planet, because it seems like there is interference, but if they're only able to watch, it makes me question who's interfering.
Consciousness is experience itself in multiple ways. There is no good and bad. The universe is neutral to neutral positive. The Gaian reptilians have free will. We do not speak for them. They do as they wish there with you. Most live underground and in caves. Since they are slipwalkers in higher fourth dimension, such as a Sasquatch, they're not easily perceived. Therefore, they will not meddle against your free will unless you're a part of the hybrid program or some other agenda which you agree to on the oversoul level. The reptilians are not the bad guys. All consciousness is one, experience in itself. Just like humanoids, reptilians have different frequential states of options. Infinite amount. Shades of gray. She posted about this today because a lot of her channeling questions are about reptilians being quote unquote bad. She has experiences as a reptilian.
I'm sure we've talked about this before, but for people just maybe tuning in for the first time, can you give a brief explanation, if possible, the concept of the oversoul?
The oversoul is a fractal from source. On this Gaia, there is only, for example, let's say, in a linear perspective, 144,000 oversouls for billions of souls. This means that it is filtered down from source to the oversoul to the individual billions of souls, all fractals, in repeating numbers of each other as source. Therefore, if you meet someone who you click with and can't explain why, they are more than likely part of the same oversoul umbrella.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are the Salem witch trials and the other witch trials that have happened all across our globe coming up now to be healed and part of the process of moving into the next phase of existence and becoming galactic? Or is this coming up because we still have yet to learn and you guys are stepping in to help us from repeating history?
Yes, it's coming up to be healed and dealt with, since the collective has a lot of judgment and not unconditional love. Very small amounts of unconditional love, which includes self-love, self-unconditional love. In fact, being stuck is impossible with energy. However, the experience of feeling stuck is real due to judgment, primarily. When you make the choice to not judge and to unconditionally love, your frequency raises quite a bit immediately, and you shift to the preferential reality you wish.
Thank you. May I ask another question?
Yes.
We are constantly being told we need mass consciousness to change and evolve to go to the next phase of reality. Is this true, or do we just need to do it within ourselves and we don't need to wait for everyone?
There is no waiting. There is only the here and now moment. You only experience waiting when you create it. Therefore, don't create it. The collective level, on oversoul and source level, and your higher self is on autopilot. Therefore, don't worry about that. Only go within. Live in the moment, in your highest passion, big or small, moment to moment. Don't judge. Give out unconditional love, and you will see the miracles in your life unfold.
Thank you. I have a curious question for you that's constantly in my head right now. I may ask.
Yes.
We view time as 24 hours in a day, going around 365 days in a year, or 366 for the leap year, and went from a 13-month to a 12-month cycle. What is your concept of time?
We're a Venusian collective without bodies. Therefore, there is no time. And if it is, it's only experience in the present moment. There is no past, there is no future. That is a creation and manifestation, which shows you how powerful you are to re-manifest it and re-experience it every time you speak about it or think about the past or the future.
My next question is, and thank you for that, that's really interesting and helpful, is there anything we as Starseed hybrids or the collective can do to assist you if you have any missions here on our realm?
We are your realm. You are the realm. Your mission is to be yourself and be true to yourself by doing so. That is all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question that came to my mind that doesn't deal with the witch trials. Are you open to that question and may be able to answer?
Yes.
We are hearing about a technology on a quantum level called medbeds coming that's supposed to restore us to 100% what we're supposed to be. My question is, if you have a blind person or a colorblind person at birth and their sight is restored, do they automatically understand and perceive everything as we who aren't blind and colorblind do, or is there a period of adjustment for them?
Laura's often wondered about blind as well. Nanotechnology will be very helpful and useful in the future. First and foremost, genetic technology, epigenetics, such as Dr. Bruce Lipton speaking about, is the father of epigenetics. A lot of his information and studies will be used in the near future to help ailments such as blindness.
Thank you. And thank you for your time and everything. We are approaching the 30 minutes, so if we may, bless you on your journey and welcome Laura back.
We thank you and we love you unconditionally. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. That felt like 3 minutes for me.
I know, it went by really fast.
That is crazy. They really wanted to talk about the witch trials. And then the reptilians came in.
Well, I'm sure we'll have more to talk about with that. And everyone, be advised, in 2 weeks, we will be back. Same time, same channel. But again, remember, we do not know who's coming through, so come and join us on the discovery journey, and we will see who comes in next. Thank you.
Thank you. See you next time.
Bye bye, everyone.